Welcome to Act 2 of 8 videos of modular railroad clubs running trains at a recent train show near Seattle. This is Burr Stewart, and this video takes a tour of the Mount Rainier N-Scale Club's layout. To see other layouts in this series, you can find links in the description below. So now we have the very extensive Mount Rainier N-Scale Club, and each of these modules is done by a club member whose name is on the back. As you can see here, we've got Dennis Reeve and Spanaway. These are absolutely beautiful modules. I think what I'll do is just slowly walk along the layout and hope that you can enjoy seeing this. One of my personal favorites is this car barge. You can see how it can be moved side to side. I think this was done with the Milwaukee barge in Seattle, among other places. I'm not really sure, but this is really quite nice. This is an intermodal facility, and one of the great things about N-Scale is you can have room to do something like this properly. See, look at all those chassis. If I did that in HO scale, it'd take half the basement. Nice Mount Rainier on the backdrop too, right? You have to have Thomas the Tank Engine somewhere, and so in this case, there it is. How it made it all the way from England to the Olympic Mountains in Washington State, I don't know, but we don't really worry about these things, do we? This might be a good time to show you the overview of this entire great modular layout. For some reason this train got stopped, the unit grain train. I'm going to go. This is that same situation I told you about before, where they have a nice yard in the middle. They can take trains on and off the layout, and that's really, really nice. This is a little turnabout loop Y combination where they can run a train from the lower level, and these are N-track modules, up to the mountain loop, as it's called. The N-track modular system has the 3-track main line on the bottom, and then it has the mountain loop on the top. And this is how you get from one to the other, is to build a module just like this with a grade that allows you to come up from a nearby spot. In this case, it's right by the grain elevator there, and just go right on up to the, see, right on up there to the Y, and then you can hit the mountain loop in either direction. Meanwhile, of course, we've got a train going by, which is always good to see. A little consolidated 280. Consolidation, I mean. Very nice. Guess we can just follow this train along. You've probably heard of Jim Yonkins. This is one of his modules. He has a very, very spectacular N-scale layout in Olympia, Washington. And this is a beautiful snow shed on the mountain line. Ah, a little passenger service. Always good to see. And this is a really beautiful trestle. Really beautiful trestle. One of the interesting things about modules is how to light them. You can see here they took a bunch of desk lamps and just clamped them to the backdrop, and it did the job. Now this is a mystery question. What's the point of this? Well, it's the mountain loop, right, with a Y, but if they had a different modular setup, they could have, out of here, they could have a whole nother set of modules. So every time they go to a show, they have to figure out how much space they have and then design the layout accordingly. Here's a very nice construction scene. I wonder what they're building. And there's a gas depot in the distance. And of course we've come full circle all the way back to our logging camp. And of course way off in the distance there is our car barge, car float. All right, I'm going to give you one more overview of this layout, and then we'll move on to the next one, which features the HO European Train Enthusiasts Club, which is a special interest group of the National Model Railroad Association. Who knew? To find it, check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you there. For now, this is Burr Stewart wishing you much fun with trains.